My name is Dakota Franson. Ever since I was 9 years old, I have studied phenomenon that can currently be explained. Things that go bump in the night taunted me for most of my life. My story goes that even though I've experienced supernatural phenomenon since I was 2, the major story I've told and what really got me interested, in fact, it made it to a couple of books. Check this. A few books I've done over the years have covered this story, as well as a couple of my own. The story goes that after I went on a field trip to the old Idaho State Penitentiary, I witnessed something along death row. What looked like a man being hung. At the time, they actually had the noose on display. And of course, I was the only one to see it. No one would believe me because I was also a bit of a trickster at the time. When I found out that there was rumors of ghosts haunting the place, I used that as a cannon fodder for teasing some girls that were in my class, just to scare them. Nothing too harmful. But something happened. We were on a tour of the prison. I got separated from the group briefly, and I saw what looked like a man being hung, and needless to say, I freaked out. I thought somebody was going to hurt themselves. I started screaming, yo, somebody's in there, somebody's in there. By the time everybody came back, the guy was gone. As in, he wasn't there anymore. No one believed that story, and I kept quiet about it for a few years. A couple of years later, the show Ghost Adventures came into town. Did a case there, and caught something in that area that helped me identify who it was I saw. He was referred to as Idaho's Jack the Ripper. His name was Raymond Snowden. It was after I saw that episode that I really became interested, because it was proof that I wasn't totally insane. Dealing with this type of thing, you go crazy no matter what. Just sometimes nice to have ways to prove that why you're crazy, you know. However, there was one more major incident that really defies how I do things. This happened when I was about 12 years old. I was about 13 when this happened. Before I continue, I want to make this disclaimer. I have never used illegal narcotics. I am actually allergic. I have never smoked. I can't drink due to the fact that my pancreas is shot. I could easily get pancreatic cancer if I'm not careful. The only thing that sits on my criminal record right now are a couple tickets from a car accident I was in a few years ago. I had done my best to stay clean, especially starting this operation when I did. I wanted to make a good impression. I was so paranoid about my own age being a factor in how people would judge me. I kept myself quiet. Didn't really reveal unless asked. Until a radio interview blew my cover. But even after that, it still went like crazy. And because of the sensitive nature of what I'm about to discuss, I just want to disclose that I no longer feel this way. What put me in this situation was suicidal thoughts. I no longer feel this way. And any time nowadays, if those thoughts ever try to come back, there's a nice little photo collage right by my bed. The people who even they're so wagging crazy people who don't push my buttons, people who genuinely put a smile on my face every time I think about them, every time I see them, every time I hear from them. People forever embedded in my heart as family. And I keep going. I keep fighting to set an example for them. Even though at times it may be difficult for me to really say how much they mean to me. They make me want to be a better person. And they push me to where I want to follow my dreams. And I want to be something, be someone they can be proud to have in their life. When I was about, what was it? The 6th grade, so yeah, I was about 12, 13, 14. I was getting a lot of, no, I wasn't even then, I was like 9 when this happened. I'm sorry, it's still hard for me to talk about, especially getting into nitty-gritty details. But I was about 9 years old when this happened. I was getting in fights at school, fights at home. My mind just really got into a dark place. And it got to the point where suicide seemed like the answer. I was going to hang myself. In my bedroom closet at my grandparents' house. So one night, I wrote out a suicide note. And I tried it. But something stopped me. Something that I'm still trying to figure out. It's hard to tell whether I was already slipping through the veil between life and death when this happened, or something just barely stopped it before I had a chance. But out of the blue, as I was hanging, this bright blue light appeared out of nowhere. And I mean, it was intense. Like, transported somewhere else. By the time the light dimmed, I was no longer in my closet. It didn't feel like I was anywhere. The way the light moved around me was like I was deep underwater. It felt peaceful. It was quiet. I couldn't hear anything. My entire body was frozen. I couldn't move. The only thing I could move was dart around my eyes, trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And suddenly this man appears in front of me. I couldn't really tell much. The entire vision image of him was like blurry. I don't know if it was just my eyes trying to adjust to what was going on or what, but I didn't feel any sort of threat. You know? I didn't feel like I was in danger when he showed up. All he did was walk closer to me. As he walked closer, I can start making out a little detail here and there, but the main thing that caught my attention was the fact that this felt like somebody was legitimately concerned about me, concerned about my well-being, and something I didn't feel like I was getting any of at the time. As he grew closer, I can start making out more details. He was wearing this white robe and had this long, almost kind of, it wasn't necessarily like brown hair, but it was like sandy blonde, I think is the proper term for it. He was tall. Had kind of pale skin. And he just looked at me. Didn't say anything except, "Dakota, there's someone here to see you." He steps aside and reveals a little girl. She couldn't have been more than 6, maybe 7 years old, from the looks of her. Immediately, I felt like I knew this girl. I could see the tears start building up in her eyes. Clearly I cared about her, because seeing her cry like that was possibly one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen. And right away, I could notice that she looked a lot like me. I could tell she was related to me somehow. I just couldn't tell how. Maybe it was a new little sister, or anyway, this little girl, she walks up to me. You know, these tears just keep coming. I can hear her start whimpering. As I'm talking about it now, I'm seeing her face. She was beautiful. You're a beautiful child. She's choking on her words as she's trying to say something. She gets up right close to my face. This gut-wrenching guilt just overcame me. Like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this to her? I didn't even know who the hell she was. I still felt guilty. Finally, she looks at me. She puts her hand on my cheek. At this point, my body is still in the hanging position. It's horizontal like that. Where I was, it didn't seem like there was any laws of physics. Part of me wonders if I was just like outside time and space, and the lights I saw in the distance, the fabric of time moving along. Wherever's the time, as a matter of fact. Anyway, this little girl looks at me, and she says the words, "Daddy, please don't do it." I was both heartbroken, confused as hell. She leaned in to give me a kiss on the cheek. Then this whole vision or whatever just disappears. I was back in that closet. The entire thing was enough to shake me out of the mood I was in. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? I can't do that to my little girl. It was like, oh, wait a sec. How can she be my daughter if I hadn't had sex yet? Mind you, I was like 9, 10, 11, somewhere around there. It was a few years before I had been with a lady. Part of me wishes I could say that the visitation stopped there. I'd done my best to try to research it. Time travel, all sorts of things, but nothing ever really seemed to make sense. I've read about people's children coming to them before they were born, in like dreams, and sometimes they look like little ghosts and stuff like that. But the major difference was the mother of that said child was already pregnant at the time. It wasn't years and years and years, and I still don't know who the hell the mother is. Anyway, you know what I mean. Anyway, as the years went by, I started to research her and tried to make contact on a few occasions, and it was successful. But any time that my mind would start to slip back into those dark spots, she would appear to try to cheer me on. And it would work. Something about seeing that adorable little girl just kept me going. Maybe that's why I'm the way I am with some of my younger friends. It's weird, I know. After a while, visitations became so much that I had to start calling her something. First name that came to me was Olivia. I asked her. She confirmed it. Said she liked the name. So I went with it. There was a... The last time I saw her, I was on a riverboat in Paris. This is about a little over 2 years ago. Yeah, sounds about right. She looked at me. She came by, popped by, and she was with my grandfather, of all people, who had died from cancer a few years before that. They both tell me they're not going to be popping around as much. I ask them why. It's like, well, you don't really need us. My grandfather disappears, but Olivia sticks around. I asked her, I was like, Olivia, can you at least tell me who your mom is? She just looks at me and says, she's already around. She's already coming. I've had a few young ladies pop in and out of my life. I thought maybe, just maybe. It's kind of hard to say right now. But even though that I had identified who the girl was, she was in fact my daughter, the question still remained, and something I probably should have been looking at in the first place. Who the hell was that man? And I've gone to quite a few sources. They tell me that it's most likely, based on what I just told you, that this man was an angel. And that because of my own, what most of the women in my life call male ego urges to try to be the big protector. And based on the description I gave, the sources I went to believe, and the evidence still piles up, that the angel that saved my life, and on numerous occasions, not just that day, was the Archangel Michael. I just wanted to know, solve my own curiosity, maybe thank him, try to get him to tell me some more answers, but it stalls still that you have this greater mission line. There's something you're meant to do, or you're meant to bring that girl to Earth. And I was just like, a little bit more direction, please. But I don't know. It's hard to say. So that's what the purpose of this next video is going to be. I'm going to see if I can contact the Archangel. Get his voice. I'm going to try to contact my daughter one more time. However, I gotta note, I should note how many possible other influences we got. Right now there's spirits of Dakota and Mandy from my previous videos. There's my deceased grandfather, who possibly has seen Olivia himself the day that he died. Apparently, he said, get the little girl out of here. And I remember Olivia popping up that day, helping me watch my grandfather's dying breaths with help with kind of astral projection. I can go on and on about that, but apparently there was at one point he said, "Get the little girl out of here." All the kids we had locked up in the other room, so that way none of them would get in the way of the paramedics when they arrived. Oh, there's a good chance my grandfather might try to pop in as well. There's also, in this house, we haven't been able to identify him yet, there's also a possible soldier. The only reason we think he was a soldier, he was involved in operations in the Middle East because we have found command cards that explain how to bark orders in Arabic. So we think it's somebody who was involved in operations in the Middle East, but we cannot be 100% sure. There's also other spirits that have found ways to tether themselves to me through my exploits over the years. There's also possibly a vampire. That's one of the more out there experiments. By the name of Eliza, nonetheless. And there might be part toy, whoever the hell came out of this Ouija board. They tell me that my ex is possibly dead, and today is August 12th, 2018. The current time right now is 10:20 a.m. and I have not heard that she has passed away. So maybe I scared him off. Maybe he was lying, trying to get to me. Oh well. For this experiment, I'm going to try out a few things. Nothing guaranteed. Let's see if I can find it here. There's certain ways you can reach out to angels. Almost works like in a way it technically works like calling them on the phone. A little book here gives sigils to what you can use. Sigil magic you can actually use to contact various angels. What special words you need to say in order to call upon them. And their special sigils. Which, the best way I can understand is like how to call them. Basically, you mastered this type of thing, you can call upon just about any of the angels as easy as talking to them on the telephone. So we're going to use that for our reference guide. There's also, you can also use this with demons, pagan gods, such and such. I'm also going to try to use the Ouija board from my earlier video. Come on, you bastard. Pardon my language, you're sensitive to that shit. I don't give a fuck. We're also going to use a dowsing pendulum. I just like the particular design of this. There's all sorts of ones you can get. I just like this particular design. These stones up here are meant to represent the 7 chakras. I'll explain how this works. Actually, we'll show it real quick. Can you show me a yes? Bring it up so you can see. Can you show me what a no looks like? Basically, it's ideal you ask it yes or no questions, but you can also use it to help you find lost objects. And ideally people, if you were to circulate it on a map. I haven't tried that out yet. It's experiment for another time. We're going to use that. We're going to use a spirit box. We're going to use Ouija board. We're going to use these camera setups, and we're also going to set some candles. I'm going to hoping that Dakota and Mandy will help operate as watch-outs, and maybe see if we can get Eliza in on it. The vampire seems to be responsive, but that's another conversation. So, this will be something interesting. I'll try to organize things a little better, so that way there's minimal interference. So, wish me luck. Let's focus on these. Or at least this one. Turning on spirit box. I'm going to be setting it out of view. Alright? Got these candles.
It's so romantic.
Alright. Let's turn this sucker on. Alright, sorry. I'm going to switch this to AM frequencies. And we're going to set the skip. Set that right by the mic. I'll lay that down. Alright. What did I just do with that spell? Okay. In the names of El, Elohim, Danai, Adrian, Eya, Ashir, Eya, Ershada, and by the power of Dynamis, I call thee, Michael, I call on thee, Michael, by the power of Aktriel, Yahweh, Zavat. Hear my call, Michael. Know that I ask for you to appear tonight and answer my questions. With the candles a bit. So focus this one on my beautiful mug. Down. Can you show me a yes? Can you show me a no? Please stop. call upon Michael the Archangel. Are you here with us? Can you show me your voice? Can you let me hear your voice? It's fine. I will respect that. Michael, are you willing to answer some questions for me? Okay. I thank you. Were you the one that saved my life? He said. Michael, were you the one that saved my life? The little girl you showed me. Was she my daughter? This thing's really starting to pull. Was her name Olivia? Stop. Can I talk to Olivia? Can I talk to my daughter again? Right now. Can you give me a sign that she's here? Is she here right now? Olivia? Are you here? Whoa. No, it wasn't really gripping that tight, but something just pulled, felt like something literally just pulled that out of my hand. That is weird. And it fucking, oh, you bitch. There we go. Try this again. Olivia, are you in here? Can I talk to Michael? Okay, you can stop. Can I ask Michael something real quick before I talk to you? Alright. Stop. Michael, do you need to remain here in order for me to continue talking to my daughter? Okay. So, then I ask you to please set this aside. Is that okay with you? Alright. Olivia, sweetie. Olivia? Are you still there? Do you want me to use the Ouija board to talk to you? Will that be easier? Is it alright if I use the Ouija board to talk to you? Okay. Good, because my arm's starting to get a little tired. Put that right there. It's getting interesting. That literally felt like something was pulling the freaking pendulum out of my hand. Alright. See if I can angle this camera real quick to show you. Show the board a little easier. And move the cameras just real quick. You guys can see the boards. I'm doing this alone, which is technically the biggest no-no you can do. But all in the name of exploration, right? So, 2 fingers. Olivia. Olivia. Are you still with me, sweetie? Yes. Okay. Why did you save me? You know why Michael brought you to save me? Do you know the reason? Yes. Why? Can you tell me? Can you tell me why did Michael have you come back to save me? Why he let you talk to me? Yes. Hey. V. Yeah. Um. Oh. Um. Save Mom. Okay, you keep telling me that. But who's your mom? What's your mom's name? No, it's not going right. This one's not going. Olivia, what is your mom's name? P. P. Her initial? Is that her? What? What is your mom's first name? Can you tell me? Can you tell me your mom's first name? Can you tell me your mom's name? Can you tell me what your mom's name is? How am I supposed to save her? You keep doing this, Olivia. Was that just you in the spirit box? Can you tell me? Will Michael let you tell me her name? Okay. No. That's fine. Can you tell me why he's blocking you? Why he won't let you tell me? He'll let me see you, but he won't tell me who your mother is so I can help you come into the world? Why won't Michael let you? F. R. E. E. W. I. L. L. Free will. So let me get this straight. Because of the concept of free will, Michael believes that by you telling me, it'll somehow interfere with that. That's what's going on? Oh. Michael can't interfere with free will. Right? It's one of the big rules, isn't it? Okay. Oh no, just took that. Michael? Is this true? Olivia, you just sit aside. I need to ask Michael this. Is that why you can't tell me? P. That's all you can... Okay. Is that her first name? Is that the initial to her first name, the letter P? Okay, yes. Okay. Are you telling me this because I'm getting closer to finding her? Alright. Olivia, do you know the day your mom and I met for the very first time? Do you know what day that's going to be? Can you give me the date? Pretty please? Will Michael let you give me the day? No, of course. Have I met your mom yet? Do you know if I've seen her already? Is she somebody I know? Oh, she isn't. Alright. Will I meet your mother? I'm just gonna go for a rough time frame, okay? Can you tell me a rough time frame? Five. Alright. Is it going to be in 5 days? No. It's going to be in 5 weeks. No. Is it going to be in 5 years? Within 5 years. Okay. 5 years' time. Is your mom going to be in trouble? Is your mom going to get seriously hurt? Can you tell me again what? Can you tell me what her name is again? Wait a minute, R? No. Her initial, is it P or R? P. Okay. Goodbye? No. You can't say goodbye. I'm not telling you. You're my daughter, God damn it. You will listen to what I say. Is Michael taking you? Scheiße. Michael. Did you take Olivia? Is Olivia still here? Am I speaking to Michael? Michael, can you bring my daughter back so I can talk to her more? Damn you, angels. Alright. I think I understand. Go in peace, Michael. Dakota, can you hear me? Alright. Was the angel actually here? Did Mandy see my daughter? Did you see my daughter? Did Mandy say anything to her? No, she's been quiet lately. Let me angle this camera back up. you see Eliza, the vampire? Are you Mandy, are you doing okay? Alright. I'm gonna end this here. Is that okay with you guys? Jeez. Is it my hand that's making it? Was my daughter here? I know I asked you this already, but just... I was about to say... Alright. Alright. Was that her? Dakota? Mandy? Did either one of you come speak into the spirit box? Inside to side, so that's a no. Did Olivia speak through it? Did I hear my daughter's voice? Alright, I'm back. Alright. Thank you. You too. Thank you, Michael, for participating. I'll start shutting down. Starting with audio 1. Little camera. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to think of it, to be honest with you. Seems like my daughter actually did come out to play. Like I said before, she said she wasn't going to appear as much. So maybe I actually did get her. I don't know what to think. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to like, subscribe for more videos. All that fun shit. Add me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You find me, pop in, say hi. You can also find my chat sessions and get to talk with me personally on Psychics Live. Got any paranormal questions? Want me to give you a psychic reading? Want me to give you a reading through my tarot cards? You just let me know. We'll arrange it. I'll see you next time.